Electroconvulsive therapy, formerly known as shock treatment, devised by two psychiatrists after observing that pigs shocked with electricity were easier to slaughter. Using a device that has managed to avoid scrutiny by the FDA for one reason. For only a few cents worth of electricity, ECT machines deliver a devastating jolt to the brain that earns the psychiatric industry $1.2 billion year after year. In spite of being exposed in popular media and the public outrage it earned, with the help of a new name and a worn-out advertising slogan, new and improved, electroconvulsive therapy remains today a broadly used, highly dangerous, and very lucrative form of treatment for individuals suffering from emotional hardship. While its manufacturers continue to avoid FDA testing to determine whether or not it is a hazard to public health, the billions in profits keep rolling in. Today, psychiatrists give ECT to 1 million people worldwide every year.
The main misconception that people have about ECT is that it's new and improved. The new and improved refers strictly to these cosmetic improvements because, in fact, they make it easier on the witnesses. The person isn't shaking all over the table. They're paralyzed now. It isn't new, it isn't improved, it is worse.
I had nothing in my brain. I didn't know where I was.
I don't remember my husband. I don't remember my mother. I don't remember my sister.
Your mind has been raped. It's no different than if I was bodily raped. I was raped.
I had attempted suicide because I was so depressed because I just wasn't what I used to be.
It wiped out my life.
It's a torture.
And in many countries, torture is exactly its purpose.
On the one hand, we use electroshock purportedly to cure people, and on the other hand, they use electroshock to torture prisoners.
But while stories of prisoners tortured with electroshock are well publicized, the amount of electrical power psychiatrists dole out for treatment is up to 33 times greater.
ECT is basically you just bombard the brain with this horrendous amount of electricity, which causes a seizure.
There is no science whatsoever that a single human being has ever been cured using electroconvulsive therapy, creating a grand mal seizure, in effect, causing massive brain trauma.
I've never seen anybody long-term who's had electroshock treatment who hadn't suffered a lot of problems psychologically, mentally, memory-wise.
Under oath, even ECT's main proponent admitted to its severe dangers.
Altered cognition is the most common side effect of ECT. That memory loss occurs, it's universal, and in some individuals it can be profound.
Incredibly, the electroshock machines that deliver this much raw power have still never been tested or approved by the United States government. It wasn't until 2011, after years of protests by electroshock survivors and their families, that a U.S. law forced the Food and Drug Administration into finally ordering hearings into the safety of shock machines.
I would like to call this meeting of the Neurological Devices Panel to order.
There, psychiatrist after psychiatrist with conflicts of interest within the industry, such as Richard Weiner, Charles Kellner, and Sarah Lisenby, ignored the overwhelming evidence of damage and attempted to present ECT as somehow safe and effective.
ECT is the most effective and rapidly active.
But psychiatric survivors told the panel otherwise.
The ECT was a violent and damaging assault on my brain and my very soul. It made me emotionally worse, not better.
My life is faded with lots of blank holes, which represent the memories that were destroyed through the administration of electroshock.
I don't remember my wedding day. I don't remember my husband putting a ring on my finger.
I argued with a psychiatrist and he dumped me in the locked ward and shocked me 5 times. I became violent. I tore my nails off, grabbing under the door. And he said after 5 times, he said, sometimes they don't help.
Actually, psychiatrists kill people with electroshock. 100,000 dead and countless others so brain damaged they have no hope of ever recovering a normal life.
We're doing things to the brain in psychiatry that have got to be more toxic and more damaging than concussions. There's no possibility that we're not. And we don't study it, we don't really understand it, we just barge ahead.
It's damaging. It ruins memory. It changes personality. It increases suicide rates. It doesn't save anyone's life. It destroys lives.
Though the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has never deemed the ECT machine safe and effective, psychiatrists and the makers of these machines are once again trying to avoid testing them. They're trying to reclassify them into the same safe and effective category as wheelchairs, without any testing and in spite of all the evidence and testimony you've just seen. We need to send a message that we will not stand for this. Make a public comment to the FDA now to put a stop to this abusive practice.
I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. Jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might. I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. Jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might. Woo! know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown, and everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon Point Beauty, he laughs upon his feet. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. His jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for, and then he started laughing until he cracked his jaw. So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might. I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown, and everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon Point Beauty, he laughs upon his feet. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. His jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for, and then he started laughing until he cracked his jaw. So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might. I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. His jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. His jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might. I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he is the happiest man in town. He laughs upon point duty, he laughs upon his beat. He laughs at everybody when he's walking in the street. He never can stop laughing, he says he's never tried. But once he did arrest a man and laughed until he cried. Jolly face it wrinkled, and then he shut his eyes. He opened his great mouth, it was a wondrous size. He said, I must arrest you, he didn't know what for. And then he started laughing until he cracked his So if you chance to meet him when walking round the town, just shake him by his fat old hand and give him half a crown. His eyes will beam and sparkle, he'll gurgle with delight, and then you'll start him laughing with all his blessed might.
I think it's about inspiring children to be the best they can be. I often say I've got no formal qualifications, but I've got a master's in real life, and you know that gives me a huge amount of confidence when it comes to, I know I can spot someone who's lying to me within 5 minutes of meeting them because I'm pretty good at spotting characters, and that's a really good life skill. We want our children to be resilient. We talked about that before. My eldest son's 19 now, and I said, you know, as long as you're happy, son, and you're not doing any harm to anybody, then to me in life I don't care which profession you go into, because I was a home help job, and I was a manual worker, paid really low, but you know what, I helped people die with dignity and respect, and that was the best job I ever had.
So let's hang on a second here, Angela, because some people will be listening to you and thinking, God, who is that woman? She sounds amazing. What is she? She's the Shadow Education Secretary. Did she just say she doesn't have any formal educational qualifications? What on earth's going on there? Because when Justine Greening was given the post of Education Minister, people said, oh, now she's the first state-educated Education Minister. This is a really big deal. We're very impressed, or we're not very impressed. We're worried, or whatever it was. There was a reaction to it. Now, you are now Shadow Education Secretary. What is your life story? How do you come to inhabit this august office? And if it's true, as you say, you don't have any formal qualifications.
I don't. I left school with no GCSEs above a grade C, and I was pregnant at 16. I picked up my GCSEs pregnant, and everybody written me off and said that I was going to be in a council house with loads of kids by the age of 30, and that was it for me. My careers guidance, which I thought everybody had connections workers, but it was just apparently poor kids. I didn't realise I was the poor child. I thought it was like everybody else around me. Right. But at the time, my careers guidance was that I was going into nursery nurse or catering. So, I mean, Chris is the example of what we need to do for kids, is inspire them to be the best they can possibly be. And I was inspired to do that.
You? So you're pregnant, you're 16,
yeah.
You've got a couple of GCSEs above grade C?
Yeah, I've got no GCSEs above a grade C. None.
Okay.
I went back into adult education, which of course a lot of young people today won't get that opportunity to go back into FE, further education, because it's been cut, which is terrible. Yeah. But I went back into further education. I was given Sure Start centres that helped me to be a good mum, because of course my mum wasn't able to read or write. She was failed by the system, and she didn't know how to instill those things, values into me. We've got to help our children of today and help every child to succeed.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the road used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, he used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, he used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, together, sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too, when morning comes around. Sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too, when morning comes around. He used to give me roses, I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too, when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too, when morning comes around. Sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too, when morning comes around. He used to give me roses, I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too, when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love with more, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too, around. He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around. Sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around. He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around. Sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around. He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On sun still shines and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.